Hi, we've had some requests for a video showing how we tie the knots on our Bungee Regulator necklaces. Of course, we're using the Subgravity World's Best Bungee. It's available in various colors. The diameter that we're using for this is the 3/16 inch, which is about 5 millimeter. And then to tie this necklace, it's really user preference, but we found that if you cut a 3-foot section or about 900 millimeters, it works well as a starting point, and then you can adjust from there. This knot that we use for the Bungee Regulator necklace, it's simply a double fisherman that is pulled apart. So the way that you tie that is you're going to take the two ends and lay them over each other here. And you're going to wrap one end around over the top of itself, like this. And then you're going to take that end and those loops that we made, just pull it back up through those. So if you remember those little friendship bracelets that they used to have when we were little kids, this is the same knot that they use on there. So then you're going to take the other end and do the same thing on the other side. So wrap around over the top of itself, and then around and back up through the loops. And it's bungee, so you kind of have to work it back and forth to do that. But here's what it should look like once you have it. So if we were to pull this together, that would just be a double fisherman's right there. But what we do is those two knots, we kind of slide them apart, and then you would place the mouthpiece to your regulator right here, and then pull that tight on the mouthpiece. So here's what it would look like on a second stage with those knots tied right here, just around the mouthpiece there. So you can see that this is somewhat adjustable there. And that just goes around the mouthpiece and tightens up like that. I also wanted to show another option, again using our same World's Best Bungee. Simple option here, a little bit more permanent attachment to your regulator. All you're going to do is tie an overhand knot in the two ends of the loop here, and then put an additional zip tie around it. So you've got the zip tie that holds the mouthpiece on, but then you do an additional zip tie just around the bungee here, and that holds it on this way. So in the DIR setup, this second stage is only for your personal use. It's not for donating anyway. So this would keep it around your neck. A little bit more permanent solution there versus tying the necklace like